Well, Ray and Michael, one victim, 38 years of age, struck in the face, head, and neck. A 43-year-old victim taking a bullet to the chin, according to investigators. Both men at last report in critical condition after gunfire erupted outside a Grand Crossing funeral home. This despite the presence of Chicago police.
Chicago, put the guns down.
Man, what in the world is going on with Chicago? It's just a complete free-for-all. It seems like every single weekend, it's just like, man, like the purge. Just go out and do whatever you want. Before we dive right into this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and if you guys could please share so we can get the video out there. Do you see what's going down? So this person got shot, he said, like in the face, in the head, and in the cheek or the neck, like 3 times in critical condition. Somebody else got shot in the chin, and they're sitting out in front of a funeral home. So obviously they had a service, and you know how this is. You already know what this is.
Today hit an all-time low.
This collection of community activists says shooting to kill at a funeral is beyond the pale.
If you're not safe at the funeral home where you're supposed to be taking the final rest, where is you gonna be safe at?
We need a code of decency in Chicago to know when and when not to discharge weapons.
Probably some gang-related thing like, oh man, you know what, they killed little Pookie, or they went and got Ray Ray, so now let's roll on them and let's get revenge. That's what's going down. But whenever there's any kind of thing like this, they have a police unit there with the family. Whenever it's like criminal-related, like, you know, any kind of funeral service that's criminal-related, they already know there can be retaliation. The police are there, and they just don't care and still shoot it up. It's just unbelievable what's just going down in Chicago. And like I said, it seems like this is like a weekly basis. You can't even mourn in peace because you got to be looking over your shoulder because somebody's just gonna dump a whole magazine on you and the entire family. It's just unbelievable. And the funeral director, I believe that's who this gentleman is, he speaks to what's going on.
Ever there is a gunshot or a crime victim service, sure, we call the police, and the police send a car. A police car was right out front when all of this happened.
And police witnessed it?
Police witnessed it. They took off and chased the guys.
What do you think about that?
It's just, I mean, if you can do it in front of the police, how is it going to be stopped?
So you see right there, he's shocked that it even went down the way it did. And what does he say? The police went and took off and chased him. But hold on, here's the grand question. The police went and chased him, so that means they must have got him, right? There must have been somebody held accountable. Let's look at it.
Now, we do know that both of the victims were transported to area hospitals, and at last check, they were listed in critical condition. Police telling us no suspects are yet in custody, but we did learn that police were able to recover some surveillance video.
Oh, so there's no suspects, nothing. But we got some video cameras for you. You see how this goes down. Mind you, we remember the great Lori Lightfoot, right? Everybody remembers Lori Lightfoot and her attitude about everything.
Looks fine to me.
Now you got this dude, Brandon Johnson. This is who the people keep voting for. This is who they're putting in. This is what they want. They like their policies. They like their leadership. And he already told you how he feels about the kids that are acting up. I covered this before, jumping on cars, doing what. He already told you what they're all about.
Look, demonizing children is wrong. We have to keep them safe as well. Have you ever taught middle school? I have. Have you ever raised young people? Do you understand the risk that young people take just because they're young? Do you know that home plate is at the bottom of my stairs? I found that out when my son was sliding down those stairs trying to score. They're young. Sometimes they make silly decisions. They do.
So you can see right there in the leadership itself, there's no accountability. So you mean to tell me January 6th, the insurrection, Independence Day, tearing up the fabric, Pearl Harbor, 9/11, compare it to everything. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, January 6th. They can use the telephone ping data and lock down some grandma that's chilling in Arkansas that was just looking around at paintings. They can find her down in the bayou No problem. But they can't find these people that were caught on camera that went, did the drive-through. They can't, I almost said drive-through, the drive-by, shot up at these people. These people probably aren't going to make it. I hope that they do. Probably aren't going to make it. But y'all, there's no, we don't find nobody. This is the thing. They can find all these other people. They can't find the Supreme Court leaker, though, right? That's a very big crime, just almost treasonous-like crime. They can't find that person, though, right? Or the pipe bomber. But the other people that we need to find, that we need to lock down, or remember the guy that leaked all the documents from the FBI not too long ago? They found him, no problem. That we're on top of. But these people just dumping lead and doing whatever they want. You don't know suspects, but we're looking into it, and people see this. They see the turnaround times. They see, like in New York and Atlanta, where they dismiss a lot of cases, where people just get to walk and go about their lives. There's no accountability, period. That's why it's just a complete jungle. And they'll say, well, this part of town's, but what about all this? And mind you, know how the news covers all this stuff. If anything happens at a school, and which the news should be covering everything. I talk about that all the time. They don't cover this. This is only like the local news. Why isn't this all over? What's the answer to this? And mind you, doesn't Chicago have one of, if not the, Illinois as a state period, have the strictest gun laws? And they'll blame it on other surrounding states. They get it from Indiana or over here, and then they bring it on in. You guys have the strictest laws. As last time I checked, California, Detroit, all these places, New York. Why is this allowed to go down? So one of two things is happening. Either you guys aren't enforcing the law, or the laws don't work.
Bingo.
So what do you expect normal everyday people to do? They see what's going on. They just want to go to work, go out to eat, mind their own business, but they can't carry your security and all that around. The mayor, the governor, they can have security, which those people carry, but the everyday citizens can't. So you see how this works? All this mayhem, all this stuff, and then the people aren't allowed to defend themselves. And then you wonder why people are just leaving these places in droves.
Dawn, first it was Boeing, then it was Caterpillar, now it is Citadel, becoming the third major corporation to leave Illinois just in the last 2 months. Ken Griffin, Illinois' wealthiest taxpayer, leaving Chicago after 30 years for Miami.
So y'all can tell me right now if I'm wrong. You got a mayor that's basically saying kids are young, kids do stuff, kids tear stuff up, that it just happens. No, if I was out there, I would have got tore up. My mom would have lit. I would still have whelps on me till this day from back then. This was never allowed to go down. So I don't want to hear that. If they're tearing stuff up, they need to be, I don't care how young they are. They could be 8 or they could be 85. They're doing a criminal act. They need to be held accountable. But if they see the mayor's talking about, man, they're young, they're kids, they're going to be like, well, they don't care, man. Let's go twerk on a SUV. Let's go twerk on this minivan. Man, throw some dollars at her. Yeah, that's what we want. It's just ridiculous. Man, you guys let me, I gotta get, I'm done with this video. You guys tell me what you guys think about it. I'm just getting aggravated. And I will catch you guys on the next one.